All right, we are live. First of all, I did not watch the game. I'm going to put that out there, be transparent about it. I was at the local comedy show here in Sacramento. I wanted to go out and support my brother, Lance Woods. Phenomenal show, super funny. It was my first show, but I did watch all the highlights. I read a lot of stuff before I got on here, and the Lakers, I'll say this, the Lakers needed this win. It was a must win for the Lakers. And the Kings, you can make an argument that the Kings should have won this game. And they kind of gave up on that game. I just watching 10 minutes of highlights, you know, Willie Cauley-Stein what stood out to me on that big three with, I think it was 2 minutes left. He missed the rebound. Caldwell Pope got the ball. It led to a three-point shot by Ingram, and the game kind of changed from there. De'Aaron Fox and Bogey had two in and outs from three that could have changed the game. Shumpert had a big steal and a great finish. Should have been a foul. Those are the little things that a lot of Laker fans don't want to talk about. But again, shout out to them. They needed this W. They couldn't go 0-3 without LeBron. This was a must win. Make no mistake about it. But you know what? I'll take this 19-17 record heading into 2019, guys. Who would have thought the Kings would have been 19-17 to end 2018? It doesn't take away, even though they lost tonight, it doesn't take away the fact that they lost this game that they should have won, in my opinion. And the Lakers are a very good team. They are now 21-16. The Kings are 19-17. As of right now, the Kings are, let's double check. They are ninth. So they are 19-17. The Spurs are 20-17. Shout out to them, man. They're playing a lot better. The Spurs are 7-3 in the past 10 games. I had them dead, and it seems like they are back. You can never count out a Greg Popovich team. But if I had to bet on it, I would still count them out because I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think the Kings will take that spot when it's all said and done. The Rockets are back. They're 20-15. The Rockets are 9-1 in the past 10 games. So we kind of expected that. I've been forecasting that for about 4 weeks now, that it was only a matter of time before the Houston Rockets started playing their A game, and that's still without Chris Paul. So whenever you have an MVP type player like a James Harden, it was only a matter of time, right, before that happened. What's up, guys? Whoever just joined, appreciate you guys joining in right now, man. It's 10:25 at night, kind of a late show, but it's okay. Again, I didn't want to end this year on a bad note in terms of not coming on live and giving you guys a breakdown, but the Kings are still in it, and they're going to be in it all year long. If they don't make the playoffs, which I think they will, they're going to finish just right out of it, because anytime you can play with that type of pace and score like the way they do, you're always going to give yourself a chance to compete for a playoff spot, in my opinion. Now, the phone lines are open. I saw that you guys were calling in. I'm not sure it was a 916 number. You can call in the show right now, and it should be good. But Joe was like, it's good you didn't watch the game. The last 2 minutes made me double my medication. Oh my gosh. Shout out to my man Joe. What's up, Jaden? Love from Virginia. It's 1 a.m. 916 Born and Ray. Shout out to you, Jaden, man. Appreciate you tuning in right now. Means a lot to me. Marvin Morris. Shump is a good bench player. I'm happy. We just need my Bagley back. I agree. The Kings do need Bagley back for that rebounding, even though Willie Cauley-Stein had a double-double tonight. But I still thought, by watching those highlights, I felt like he could have grabbed big-time rebounds, which he didn't. Again, that's me nitpicking, but you have to, right? Cena MP3 says, I'm watching from New Zealand. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Aquaman. It was a great movie, by the way. I just watched it yesterday. I was not a big fan of DC's movies until, Wonder Woman was great, but Justice League was trash. But Aquaman, DC is back on the map. They're not Marvel, but they're back on the map, at least in the discussion now. Aquaman was really good. Otto Porter isn't good for the Kings. He's soft, he's slow on the fast break. Even Scott Brooks said that about Otto. Well, that situation is pretty bad. I'm gonna say that situation is terrible right now. So I wouldn't take that much stock into that. I wouldn't put much stock into that. And the Grizzlies are 18-17. The Jazz are 18-19. Mavericks 17-18. T-Wolves 17-19. Pelicans 16-21. Suns 9-28. Clippers 21-15. So the number one team, man, the Nuggets are playing exceptional right now. They're 6-4 in the last 10, but 23-11 overall. They are playing very good. They have a point differential of 5.2. The Kings are still at a minus 1.6, which is concerning because they need to get better on defense. I think they were 28th coming into this game. That needs to get better. They need to rank roughly around 20th in defense to have a chance to compete and to solidify that 8 spot, right? At the bare minimum. Bagley's dad looks like Monte Williams. He doesn't he? If you see, tell him. He does look a lot like him. Actually, I let Bagley's dad borrow my iPhone charger. When was it? It was one of the Kings practices. I forget exactly when it was, but cool dude, man. Also met his wife. Met the youngest son. Did not meet the middle child. He's the one that's a senior in high school, I believe, or a junior in high school. Great family, great family. Bagley definitely. Marvin comes from a great family, so that's always been a plus for me. And yeah, so let's go back again. The Kings are 9th right now. The Wizards are 14-23. So I don't put much stock into the talented players playing bad, because if you're in that type of situation, I would play bad too. You are a product of your environment. So Bogdanovich put up 21 points, but Hield played a lot better. 7 of 17 from the field, 21 points, 37 minutes. De'Aaron Fox, 34 minutes. Very efficient game, 12 of 19, 26 points. And he had 4 rebounds, 7 assists. So good game. Let's check out the Lakers. Kuzma, 40 minutes, 18 minutes. Sorry, he had 18 points. Ingram had 21 points. Lonzo Ball had 13 points and 6 assists. So it definitely seemed like Fox got him this time. But again, the Lakers won the game, so it doesn't matter. And then Josh Hart, 22 points, got the start. A shooting guard, 40 minutes tonight. 3 of 8 from three-point land, 3 of 5 from the line, 8 of 14, plus 18. That is very good. Brandon Ingram, plus 16. That's also very good. Very efficient from Ingram. 9 of 13 from the field, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Kuzma, 4 of 10. Jeez, he shot the ball. But again, 4 of 10, I'll take that, because that's 40% from 3. Play the numbers, y'all. I firmly believe in playing the numbers. 5 of 17 from the field with 4 of 10 from 3. And that's where you got your 18 points. Defense. What are you hearing about the small forward spot? What names are you hearing? What chatter? The only names that I've heard was Otto Porter, honestly. Appreciate you guys. If you guys can hit that like button, I would really appreciate you guys, people that are watching this. And you guys can call in. The phone lines are open, so call in if you want to talk about this game. It just seems like the Kings gave it up. They scored 31 points. They were down by 6 going into the second. Outscored them in the second, up by 10, so they were by 3. Tied third quarter, and then the disparity in that fourth. The Kings are up though, so it's really unfortunate. But again, this was a must-win for the Lakers, and they got the job done. Kings should go for Kelly. Kelly just got traded, bro, to the Suns, so he's not. That's a no-no. That timeout killed us, Michael Goldberg said. Need to pick up Kelly in the offseason. Kings have huge holes. We need a backup point guard, small forward, and then a whole new bench after that fucking back. Free agency. Um, yeah. The Kings have a glaring hole at the small forward position, but I like Shumpert a lot, and Shumpert has been playing a lot better than what I thought and expected from him. So shout out to him. But I always say it this way, and this is how I frame my words. What if Shumpert was your backup now all of a sudden? Your team is really good if he's coming off your bench and solidifying that that unit. And but again, small forwards don't grow on trees. Starting small forwards definitely don't grow on trees. So they have to either get it in the draft or they have to go out and get it in free agency. Now, in free agency, who's available? We'll all find out during the summer. One guy that we do know who will be available is Tobias Harris, having an all-star year. Expect him to be in the all-star game this season. I mean, the Clippers are a legit basketball team, and he's leading them in scoring. Just a guy who can score on all three levels. He can drive, he can shoot, he can pass, he can play defense. Just a very good player. I expect him to re-sign there. If they don't, then there will be a lot of teams that will throw up max money at him for sure. Chris Middleton, he's going to stay in Milwaukee. I expect him to max him out as well. He's a max type player, even though he won't get the respect nationally, but definitely Bucks fans know this. Chris Middleton is legit and will get max money. Shumpert is good, but he is undersized. Hey, I was hearing the Kings were scouting DeMar Carroll and D'Angelo Russell. They had scouts in Brooklyn at a game. The D'Angelo Russell, I don't understand. DeMar Carroll, I think he's overrated. He's old. He's a lot older than what he was. I would go after a guy. If you're going after that type of guy, I'd rather go after a guy like Jake Crowder. But again, Carroll, not a starting small forward in my opinion. He's more of a Shumpert coming off the bench type guy anyway. So again, why replicate what you already have? You have to go out. If you're gonna make a trade, you got to make a trade for a guy who's better than what you got. And DeMar Carroll is not better than Iman Shumpert at this point. At this point of his career, at least in my opinion. So appreciate you guys. Hit that like button right now. Let's go. Let's get this on the road. Losses make me feel dismal and bleak as your pad. What's up? What's up, Fernandez? We need a center who gives 100% effort every day and is not soft. I wish we had one. Harold, sorry I'm late, bro, but the way we go on these streaky runs really show you how young we are. You think in time we'll be able to go on these runs and make it actually work and look good? Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is the inexperience of this team. They are extremely young, and you're gonna have growing pains. You're again, the Kings are 19-17, 9-10 on the road. They're a good team. I cannot deny. I mean, I can't say they're a bad team because if I do, then that goes against what I've been saying, and that's making the playoffs. But they are having growing pains. You're gonna see them have growing pains, and when that happens, just have a little bit of patience because the coaching staff is working very hard with these guys in film, trying to teach these guys things that they don't know. I mean, you only learn by playing, and they've made plenty of mistakes. Expect them to get better at the mistakes that they're making. I don't see Tobias leaving the Clippers. He's in LA, and he's Steve Ballmer as owner. Has Steve Ballmer as owner. Don't get the open. Right. So if they don't get a Durant or a Kawhi, but if they do get a Kawhi or a Durant, then he's very expendable in my opinion because you can only have so many guys you can max out. And to me, I would max him out. He's a max player. He's not on that level, but he's gonna be an all-star. So I don't know how you would grade him in terms of where fans would see him, but he's a hell of a player, and he is a starting, just a starting wing. You want to call him a small power forward or a big small forward, whatever it is, he would start on the Kings instantly. Make no mistake about that. Yeah, but why don't Orlando keep him if he's that good? Because Orlando is pretty stupid. They also got rid of Victor Oladipo, who is an all-star, who is a top 10 shooting guard in the NBA. See, Orlando is a lot like Phoenix. They give the keys to these young cats right off the bat, have no accountability for these guys, and expect them to thrive. That it doesn't work like that. Shout out to Coach Yeager, who has done a marvelous job with his young players. He made De'Aaron Fox earn it last season, coming off the bench, playing limited minutes, and understanding that nothing shall be given to you. You have to go out and you have to earn it. De'Aaron Fox took it upon himself, put the work in during the summer, learned the entire playbook. He knows every single position on the floor, which is very important coming from your leader, from your point guard. And I like the way Coach Yeager, his philosophy on developing young players. It's the right one, in my opinion. Some people may say, no, you got to play these guys. And I like them playing in spurts because if you throw them to the Wolves and they don't have that thick skin, they will get discouraged. And that's why I believe Ben McLemore fell off the mat because they gave him the keys right away and he struggled. And he may not be in the league next year. So it's unfortunate to say that as talented as he is, and who knows, maybe he is that 14th guy every single year, but he could play a bigger role overseas if he would like to. Why would we pay 27 million if we can just pay Uber like 15 million a year? Uh, because Kelly Oubre is not very good. I would never give Kelly Oubre $15 million. The most I'd give him is about 9, and that's me being nice because it's the holidays. But I would even give him 8 to be fair. Like I don't think very highly of him. He is a role player. He is a definition of a role player, of a bench guy, a guy who can come in and give you energy. He's not a starter in the NBA. We're talking about starters. We're talking about upgrades. He's not that guy. Yo, Ben has been legit. If he could show his worth this year, I can see him getting the contract. He's been playing so much better. I mean, he's been playing. I don't know if you can say legitimately say he's been playing better because he hasn't shown that in actual longevity spurts. I mean, he's done it in short spurts. He's always done that in short spurts, but anytime he gets real playing time, he tends to disappear, and that's what role players do. Should we take a flyer on Kenneth Faried if he gets his buyout? His effort and rebounding might be of value. I wouldn't touch Faried. Honestly, I would just let someone else, take a flyer. I think they're fine. I don't see the value of having a Faried on this team, especially with Marvin Bagley coming back. Wasn't Gary Payton at Kings games? Wizards, Chrissy said Gary Payton has a relationship with Fox. Is that true? I'm not sure. I'm sure Gary has a relationship with a lot of players in the NBA. But yeah, man, that's going to do it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys have a great end of 2018. I don't know if I'll make a video tomorrow, but if I do, I will let you guys know on behalf of the entire CK team. See you guys on the next video.